Hey, what's up guys? In this video, I'm going to show you one of my childhood favorites. Today's recipe is rainbow sherbet from scratch. So to get this thing started, you're going to grab a small sauce pot, add a 50-50 blend of milk and cream, followed by some white granulated sugar, 1 whole egg, and a few scoops of plain yogurt. You can use Greek or just regular old yogurt. Give this a good whisk, and then you're going to cook this until it reaches about 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Once that's done, you're going to take it off the stove and strain it into a bowl, and then you're going to refrigerate this until it cools down to a chilly 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Alright, so while you're waiting for that to cool down in the fridge, I'm going to make my fruit syrups that are going to flavor the ice cream base. So here I'm just going to use some fresh raspberries, a little bit of vanilla extract, some granulated white sugar, and a little bit of water, and I'm going to pour all this into a sauce pot. Turn it on to high heat and cook it down until it's a nice thick red syrup. Now of course I'm going to be using 2 other syrups aside from this raspberry syrup. This is sort of just an example piece recipe for just about any fruit that you want to put inside of ice creams, sorbets, or sherbets. So just use this as an example. The other 2 flavorings are going to be pineapple and orange. Once you're done with the syrup, you're going to throw it into the refrigerator until it cools down for about an hour. You want it to cool down to about the same temperature as your ice cream base. Alright, so once the ice cream base has cooled down, you're going to throw it into your ice cream machine or a nice little KitchenAid attachment like I have here. Turn the mixer on, and then you're going to let this whip up for about 15 to 20 minutes until it's a nice soft serve whipped consistency. Once that's done, you're going to take it out of the ice cream machine and then take off any of the excess ice cream that's attached to the paddle. And then you're going to throw this back in the freezer to set up for an additional hour. Alright, so once everything is properly cooled down, all your fruit syrups are nice and chilled, and the ice cream base is at the proper consistency that you feel comfortable working with, you're going to start essentially just mixing in all the syrups with that ice cream base. Now you can do this in basically any ratio that you prefer. Most sherbets have sort of a predominant flavoring. This is going to be orange for me in this particular sherbet, so I'm going to be mixing about 2/3 of the whipped ice cream base with that orange syrup, followed by the raspberry, and of course, last but not least, I'm going to be using some pineapple syrup just for a nice little clean pineapple finish with this sherbet. I'm going to be using piping bags to mix the other 2 flavorings inside of this orange sherbet, just because if you use the spatula, just kind of mix it in there, it's going to end up just bleeding into all the other colors, and you won't really have a defined sherbet. So using a piping bag is an essential when mixing it in. Once you're done doing that, this is going to go back in the freezer to set up for about 2 to 3 hours. Alright, so once the sherbet is ready to go, pull it out of the freezer, and then pull a nice chilled mug or a nice chilled bowl out of the freezer as well. Scoop a few scoops of that delicious rainbow sherbet inside of your bowl or mug. And that's it, guys. All there is to do is enjoy the array of flavors and all that delicious, creamy, fruity goodness that is a rainbow sherbet. Yes, rainbow sherbet time. Wow, this looks good. Nice little stripes of the raspberry sherbet, orange. I'm really excited about the pineapple flavor. Rainbow sherbet, it's the sherbet, right? Or sherbet. That's one of the things I don't really know. I think it's, formally, I think it's sherbet, S-H-E-R-B-E-T, but everyone pronounces it sherbet. So, this is good. Homemade. This is the first time I've actually ever made homemade sherbet before, especially homemade rainbow sherbet. I made it at restaurants before, but I've never made it at home. So I'm really excited to dig in and see how I did. So let me do it. Texture's good, color's good. Flavor is very good. Ooh, the raspberry is so good. Ooh. I just got some of the pineapple. It's definitely a little bit creamier than maybe like a normal, what you'd be used to with a sherbet. Boy, it's good. Oh, the pineapple is my favorite. Definitely. I have to say this is definitely a creamier sherbet or sherbet. Most of the times usually you'll make like the ice cream base will be really enriched with like a fruit syrup, like the syrups that I mixed in with the ice cream base. So I did a little bit backwards. I made a bigger base and then I mixed in the syrups later on. Usually they do it the other way around. Usually it's like a bigger base of the fruit syrup and then they add a little bit of cream or dairy product, and that's how they make the sherbet. So it's a little bit more like home cook friendly because you get to make a big batch and then just mix it in. Otherwise you have to wait for the ice cream machine to turn 3 different kinds of sherbet, and that takes a long time. So if you want to make a delicious rainbow sherbet within, in a day's time, I think this is the way to do it. Really simple, clean, summer. It's really hot outside, so this is just a perfect, refreshing dessert with a nice little creamy bite to it. Really good. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this recipe, this video of rainbow sherbet. If you did, please thumbs up, subscribe, and comment below for future video requests, things you want to see on my channel. And of course, I'll see you guys next time with another delicious recipe. Bye, everybody.